So if you're running a business, or I mean, even if you're just trying to look ahead at the next, say, 18 months, the sources you brought today are uh, perfect.
Yeah, I think they really cut to the chase.
They do. We're jumping straight into this central prediction that 2026 isn't just another year. It's supposed to be this groundbreaking point of no return moment for AI in, well, small and medium businesses.
That's exactly right. And we have to be really clear about what we mean by AI now.
Okay.
Because for the last few years, since ChatGPT just exploded, people hear AI and they think
Right.
chatbot, a fancy search engine.
Right, a tool.
A tool, yeah. But what we're actually dealing with now is AI as a reasoning technology.
Okay, let's stop right there. A
Yeah.
reasoning technology. That sounds complex. If intelligence is the product here, what does that actually mean for, the average business owner who just needs to sell more widgets?
It just means utility. It means efficiency.
Yeah.
The leap is that AI is now incredibly good at what we call long tasks.
Long task.
Yeah. Historically, AI was great at short things. 5 minutes of work, maybe some simple categorization. But because of these massive advances in training and, crucially, in inference compute, these models can now handle really complex multi-step jobs.
The kind of jobs you'd have to pay a person to handle before.
Exactly. The kind of jobs that needed manual oversight from a highly paid employee. Things like compiling a full market report, or managing tricky customer questions across different channels, or just making sense of a huge pile of your own company's data.
So the system's output is just fundamentally more valuable. It can actually do work now. It's not just giving you a first draft.
Precisely. And this is the core idea we all need to get our heads around. Intelligence is getting dramatically cheaper. It's becoming a commodity
Accessible to everyone?
to every single business, yep, regardless of size. And whenever a huge competitive advantage like that becomes cheap and easy to get, it forces a massive, irreversible shift in how the market works.
So that's our mission for this deep dive then. Businesses, especially the small to medium ones,
Yeah.
are going to be forced to make a decision on AI this year. If intelligence is a commodity, we need to map out what that changes.
Yeah.
Especially for, getting customers, distribution, marketing,
The whole playbook.
the whole playbook. We're looking for the shortcut to getting ahead of this thing.
Okay.
Okay, let's start with the most immediate change. Just how a customer finds a business. For the last decade, it was all about the click model, right?
Yeah.
SEO, Google Ads, paying Facebook for clicks.
Mhm.
Our sources are saying that entire model is now, and I'm quoting, irreversibly changed.
Oh, it absolutely is. And the first casualty is the traditional business website. Think about your website right now. It's basically a library, a repository of information.
Yeah.
If I want to know about the Pacifica 85 yacht, I have to do all the work. I have to go to your site, click Models tab, find the 85 footer tab, scroll around, maybe download a PDF with the specs. I have to put all the pieces together myself. It's a lot of effort.
It's work. And people do not want to work to find information anymore.
No, they don't. The irrefutable reality is that users, well, they just prefer a conversational interface. They don't want to click through a maze. And here's the big paradigm shift for businesses.
Go on.
The new client for your business is often not the human. It's their AI assistant that's doing the heavy lifting for them.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay, so the buyer is just delegating their research. The AI agent is the new gatekeeper.
It is.
So how do we stop this from just becoming a next SEO spam fest that, businesses have been trying to game for the last 15 years?
That is the critical question. And the difference is in the nature of the search. Old SEO was about keywords and how many links you had. Volume. The new AI agent, it's focused on the quality of the response, on trustworthy information.
So if your site is a mess,
If your site is clunky, or it's full of outdated PDFs, or just not built for a machine to read easily, the AI assistant will just skip you. It'll recommend your competitor who has their information structured properly.
so it's an instant shift from quantity of traffic to quality.
Completely. The old playbook was mass traffic. You'd get 1,000 visitors to get 100 follow-ups to get maybe 5 real customers. That math is just, it's vanishing.
You don't even see the 1,000 visitors anymore.
You don't, because the AI filters them out. Instead, the 5 people who do contact you are, as the source says, pretty well ready to buy.
Because the LLM already did the qualification for you.
You've basically outsourced your lead qualification to an AI, and this leads right to the death of the old keyword search. If I type, "I want to buy carpet" into Google now,
Yeah, you get a summary. An AI-generated answer at the top. You don't even have to click the links.
that's the core tension. Google is giving the answer, not the link. The old ad models were a controlled environment. You paid for views. AI, though, is different. It seeks the truth, or at least the most coherent, well-cited information it can find. And that information has to live somewhere your business controls. If your site gets bypassed, you're invisible.
Okay, that sounds pretty existential, especially for a small business. So let's make this practical. What is the foundational, the absolute non-negotiable step, the AI 101, that a business needs to do right now in 2026?
The total no-brainer first step is to get an AI assistant on your own site, trained only on your business's own data.
Your proprietary information.
Exactly. Let's go back to that Pacific Yachts example. They're selling multi-million-dollar yachts. The potential buyer is high value, but their time is incredibly limited.
So walk us through the current experience. What's the pain point?
Right now, a buyer comparing the Pacifica 85 to a competitor is clicking through, I don't know, 8 to 10 pages just to assemble the key facts. Engine options, fuel burn, interior finishes, delivery times, pricing tiers.
It's a research project.
It's a 30 to 60-minute project of just tedious clicking and cross-referencing. For a luxury buyer, that's a terrible experience.
And with the AI assistant,
The visitor goes straight to a prompt and asks a really complex question, something like, I'm looking for an 85-foot yacht, but I need a draft under 5 feet for my marina in the Keys. Can the Pacifica 85 do that? And what's the base price and typical delivery schedule?
and the assistant just answers.
Instantly. Because it's only trained on Pacifica's data, it gives a detailed conversational answer in seconds and then prompts them to connect with a sales rep. The whole research phase is done in like 30 seconds.
That is a genuine time saver. But for the listener who's maybe not super technical, how does a business owner actually build that? What are the mechanics here?
It's surprisingly simple now. The business owner takes all their existing information, website text, PDFs, service manuals, internal docs, and they just compile it into what's called a knowledge file.
Okay, a knowledge file.
And the magic happens when you put that file into a specific type of technology called a vector database.
Vector database. That sounds like jargon.
Yeah.
Why not just a normal database?
Because a standard database only matches keywords. You search boat, it finds the word boat, a vector database. It understands meaning. It does what's called a semantic search.
So it gets the context.
It gets the context.
Yeah.
So when the user asks about draft in the Keys, the AI knows to look for the technical specs about water depth. Even if the user didn't use the exact right words, it just finds the answer.
And that's the reasoning part we talked about. So this is necessary for two big reasons, right?
Absolutely. One, your human users love it because it saves them time. But two, and this is the critical distribution point, other AIs are out there searching on behalf of their users. Your personal yacht shopping AI is going to find and recommend the sites that have their info ready and easy to grab. If you don't have this, you are invisible to that gatekeeper AI.
And the business owner stays in complete control. They can update that knowledge file in a second if a price changes or something.
Complete control. And the cost, I mean, that barrier is just gone. The basic setup to secure your future is a minimal operational expense now. The cost is no longer the excuse it was even 18 months ago. So once you have that 101 step, your own AI assistant on your own data, the focus has to shift to the new bottleneck, distribution. This is the 201 strategy.
Why is distribution suddenly the main problem?
Because the reasoning tech has made creating things so easy. We saw that example of the 70-year-old who could basically vibe code an app like Uber for a local massage shop just by talking to an AI.
Right.
The ability to create complex digital products is becoming almost universal. But what's the point of creating something if nobody can find it?
So if anyone can build a great product, the advantage shifts back to who controls the recommendation engine. The goal in 2026 isn't a click, it's for your business to be recommended by AIs.
That's it, exactly. And this requires you to go out and seed the field with topical authority. Let's look at the British carpet company example.
Yeah.
It's a perfect illustration of this 201 strategy. They sell carpet in Sydney.
But they didn't just rely on their main sales site.
No. They created a totally separate, text-based public service site called Carpet Sydney. And this site has hundreds of pages that are not about selling their product. They're about becoming the ultimate knowledge hub for carpet in that specific area.
What kind of stuff?
Everything. Council rules on installation, comparing wool versus synthetic for Sydney's climate, local licensing for installers, just pure useful knowledge.
So they're building a resource, not a storefront. How does that circle back to actually selling carpet?
This is what we're calling citation magic. Imagine a user with high buyer intent. They go to a general LLM, like a fresh session of ChatGPT or Gemini, to do their research. They don't type a keyword. They ask a complex human question.
Give me the question.
It'd be something like this. I live in Sutherland in Sydney. I want to buy quality luxury carpet, wool hardwaring with full installation from a local company. Who would you recommend?
Very specific, nuanced query.
And the LLM processes that by looking for the best authority on all those topics combined. And because the British Carpet Company created hundreds of pages of verifiable location-specific knowledge,
It finds their resource help.
it finds Carpet Sydney as the definitive source, it cites it, and then it explicitly recommends the British Carpet Company as the #1 choice. They've successfully put themselves into the AI's chain of trust.
That's incredibly smart. You're creating these powerful topical authority spots that the AI then has to rely on, and you get the recommendation without paying for a single click.
That is the new strategy. You have to own your own topical authority. AI models value genuine, deep knowledge, especially when it's tied to buyer intent. If the LLM has to pick between a generic list and a detailed guide on wool carpet in Sutherland, it picks the guide every single time.
And we saw this with the Portier rugs, too. Their product is visual, but their strategy is all about text and conversational knowledge.
Yeah, they use their AI assistant to clean up user questions. Someone asks, what rug material is best for pets? The system turns that query into a searchable tag, like protecting rugs or pet-friendly materials.
So they're mapping the whole conversation.
They're mapping and owning every single version of the pet-friendly rug conversation. They're turning every question into a piece of targeted content that future AIs will find and reference.
It's like building a digital moat around your topic.
It is. The AI knows general stuff about rugs. What it needs is specific information about your business and what you provide. Owning that little domain of expertise is the magic that unlocks distribution now.
So to just wrap this all up for you, there is absolutely no going back. The technology hit this tipping point because reasoning models like the latest from Google and OpenAI have made AI a genuinely useful worker. It can do long, complex tasks tirelessly.
You're not going back to a flip phone.
You're not going back to a flip phone. You're not going back to a fax machine. This shift to conversational information is permanent. It's already happening. And for you, the listener, this shouldn't be scary. This isn't about becoming a coder. It's about managing this new, cheap intelligence and just adapting your marketing. Getting that conversational AI assistant in place, that 101 step, it's not optional anymore. It's the first thing you have to do this year to make sure you're even included in this new world of distribution.
Right, because this fundamentally changes where the competitive advantage is. If intelligence is cheap and getting recommended by a trusted AI is the new bottleneck, then the biggest business advantage isn't going to be having the best product.
What is it then?
Success will belong to the manager who most successfully directs their AI to plant the conversational seeds that lead this new generation of AI clients back to their business. It's a shift in management focus. That's where the real power is now.